Invitational Tournament. What number is this going to be? 4, 5?
What are we at, 5?
5. We're at halftime. It's myself, the buffoon at noon, along with the maestro of the mornings against the Broad Squad.
Power Trip. Oh, man.
Just saying the Power Trip makes me laugh. And Tenby, what's our score?
You're going to like the sound of this score. 41-9. You and Corey Cove with the lead at halftime. So you are 39 points away from a win. The ladies are 71 points from winning. As always, you can watch the second half of Program Password Invitational at KFAN.com/watch.
The password better be shoveled because we're going to need one. Dig out of this.
Did you guys reset in the second during halftime? What'd you guys do?
Maybe not. It's not your business. You can't insult us and then expect us to tell you what our strategy is.
Yeah. Oh, he was cackled.
I can still ask.
They got a long way to go. 71 points.
And then he cackled.
God.
He laughed. He thought it was funny.
Hillbilly.
So it sounds like you're not making any adjustments at all.
Our adjustment is to stop sucking.
Yeah.
Okay? Simple.
Put that on the Power Trip button bar.
Power Trip. Oh, we're going to use the hell out of that soundbite.
All right. Are we ready?
Ready.
All right.
Yep.
Trophies
Best of luck,
on the
ladies.
line. Common, you're going for your first ever Program Password Invitational Championship.
Okay. Yep.
Corey, you can join Paul Charchian as the only other people to have 2 championships. Marnie and Lil B looking to become the first ever to go back-to-back. Where are we at here? Marnie and Common? Marnie and Common, you two take a look at the iPad, please.
All right, we will.
The password is action. All right, Marnes. Down 32 points. You need to get going right now. You're going to have the option for a while here.
God.
What do you want to do? You want to go first or second?
We will get going by going second.
All right. Common and Corey for 10.
Camera!
Action.
Oh, wow.
Perfect clue. That was so good.
Incredible.
So good.
Mars.
He's locked in. See?
Going next, I was going to
Locked
say
in.
lights.
Then I would have said camera.
But he would have
Yes.
I was
10 out of
giving it
10.
to him first.
Sounds like we're going to have some extra time in the show today. So, Marnie, tell us where you're from. What do you do for a living?
She's from the Dakotas.
Go ahead. Next.
They're not used to getting made fun of. They're always winning.
Wow. Common, that was a great clue.
Thank you.
Common and Corey, you're 29 points away from a championship. It is 51-9. Lil B and Corey, take a look at the iPad. The password is tent. All right, Lil B, down 42 points. You need to stop the bleeding. It's on you to make a decision here. You want to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Corey and Common for 10.
Pup.
Tent.
Yes. Locked in.
This is unbelievable.
Locked in.
Wow.
I would have said canopy. You wouldn't have said 10, right?
I might have said shade.
Yeah.
What if she had said pup? What have you gotten that one?
No.
Really?
When he's just said pup, I was like, thinking puppy.
Elephant.
Yeah. Walrus.
The only one that could have been pronto.
Genius.
Pronto pup.
sure, yeah.
But the way you said it, I didn't do it.
Nailed it.
Well, these two are
They're locked in.
unstoppable. Yeah.
They're locked in.
This game was once 9-0 Lil B and Marnie. It is now 61-9.
Oh, is that right?
Common and Corey with the lead. Marnie and Common, take a look at the iPad, please.
Come on, Barnes. Let's get one. Okay.
The password is pressure. All right, Marnes. Down 52 points. You have the option. You want to go first or second?
First.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for a much-needed 10.
Under pressure.
Yeah, that's the one I was going to give.
Genius.
Yeah. Very good.
There's one.
That's one. Just got to do it one at a time. Okay.
All right.
Far way back.
Momentum has been stopped.
This is me clawing.
61-19.
You look like a walrus clawing. Or maybe an elephant. I don't know.
Elephants don't have claws.
Yeah, yes, they don't.
They've got teeth.
They got teeth. They do have teeth. And they're bigger than tusks.
61-19, Common and Corey with the lead. Lil B and Corey, take a look at the iPad. The password is iron. All right, Lil B, you got a chance to go back-to-back, gain some momentum. You were down 42 points. Would you like to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Corey and Common for 10.
Steel.
Metal.
Lil B and Marnie for 9.
Anemic.
Faint.
What?
Don't swear there, please, Marnie. Corey and Common for 8.
No! I'm getting more time.
Calcium.
Deficiency. Why did I say deficiency?
Lil B and Marnie for 7.
Supplement.
Iron.
Yeah.
That was hard.
And I should have known. I knew. That's one of those where you know, but you just can't think.
They're clawing.
They're clawing.
Anemic that was it. That was
really good.
Brilliant. when he said steal, my
be
first thought was
EA.
stealing a base.
Sure.
Or steal like swipe. And so I was not on a metal track at all. So when you said anemic, I was like stealing a base, but I'm anemic.
The twins.
That sounds rough.
So I just wanted you to know why.
Well, because, the thing is, I knew anemic meant you were deficient in something, and I couldn't remember. And it was iron. That's what it is, and I just knew it was like I could have said anything. It would never been.
Okay, we're
2
clawing.
in a row for Lil B and Marnie. They're rowing the boat.
I have brain cell deficiency, I think.
It is 61-26. Marnie and Common, take a look at the iPad. The password is stable. All right, Martins, you get one here. You can start to make this thing interesting. Down 35 points. Would you like to go first or second? Five seconds.
Second.
All right, Common and Corey for 10.
Corral.
Okay.
Marnie and Lil B for 9.
Horses.
Pasture.
Common and Corey for 8.
Barn.
Stable.
Yeah.
Should have had that,
I should have had that.
Thought you were getting creative with the okay there, but
Here comes a post from Zach
we needed that
Halverson at his X account because it is 69-26. Common and Corey with the lead. Common and Corey, you are 11 short of a championship. Lil B and Corey Cove, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is Joker. All right, Lil B, down 43 points. Options on you. Would you like to go first or second? Five seconds.
First.
Right in the nick of the wire there.
Yep.
Lil B and Marnie for 10.
Jester.
Clown. Nope.
Corey and Common for 9.
Batman.
Joker.
Yes.
For a second,
Here's where we're at. Common and Corey, you have 78 points. Any correct answer, you are Program Password Invitational champions. Lil B and Marnie, you have 26 points. You need to roll off about 54 here.
Okay.
Marnie and Common, take a look at the iPad. The password is monitor. All right, Martin's going to have the option here the rest of the way, most likely. You're down 52 points. What do you want to do here? You want to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Common and Corey for 10 and the championship.
Hall.
Oates.
Great band.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
I had nothing else.
Marnie and Lil B for 9.
Ankle.
Brace.
No.
Let's go.
Common and Corey.
Hall.
Common and Corey for 8 and the championship.
Screen.
Monitor.
Yeah,
let's go, Common.
Let's go.
Yeah! Yay! Greatest team ever!
Thank you. Well, I don't know about that, but thank you.
Why didn't we just do this a month ago?
Look at those trophies.
Are these traveling or do we keep these?
Well, I don't know if you can keep it on your new desk.
Oh, well.
Maybe we'll keep it somewhere.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really have room for another one,
This
so
is
it's
legitimately
okay that
nice.
you guys...
I don't even know if
This
I'm
is
going
pretty awesome.
I don't know how long
It just
I'll
looks
have
that way.
a
My
desk.
budget was pretty small for those. I had to beg, borrow, and steal.
Beverage
pretty
you
nice.
could drink out of that?
I guess I do.
Or that
Don't
Diet
pour
Coke?
anything in there.
yeah.
No.
Why?
Why not?
Yes, do it.
No.
Do it. For digital.
Hey!
Well done.
You guys were really good.
You were locked in.
Absolutely.
We were locked in today.
And I really seriously don't have any confidence in this thing. I was thinking I'm the fourth best player in this group.
not
I know I'm
today, you were.
serious. I played, because
Today you were
I always
excellent.
think I thought I was going to
You
let
locked in
cool
today.
down.
You weren't eating anything?
No, I ate
You weren't
earlier.
checking
Yeah,
emails?
look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weren't
you
checking
weren't.
texts?
Yep.
Yeah,
You didn't say elephant?
but I did say teeth, and I should have said tooth, but I didn't. Ladies, thank you. That was fun. I mean,
thank you.
Yeah, well, I know.
Good game, ladies.
Corey,
Yes.
you are now the second person ever to win 2 Program Passer Invitational Championships, and you've just leapfrogged Marnie Gellner for second best record all time.
Double hit for Marnes today.
Boom, boom.
Yeah. Sorry, Mars.
And now,
You
in all
earned
honesty,
it, man. You earned it.
I was nervous. I will admit. 'Cause
Were
I
you?
did want to win, because you never know if you get back to this spot again.
That's right.
Now I'll never be nervous because I have won. You can't take it away from me, man.
And you two could arguably call the best
Yeah.
team in Program Passer history. You're 9-1 with a
9-1.
championship.
Hold it up like Wendell Clark.
Wendell.
That Wendell.
Well, again, thanks again for participating.
Thanks,
it's always
guys.
fun. You guys did.
Thanks,
Thanks,
for having
Brandon.
us.
Very entertaining. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more of the Common Man program here on the Fan.
The Common Man.
He's sort of just a sensitive guy in general, and by sensitive, I mean jerkwater. He's.
Double 13-14 pastime Common. He is going to be. Nice looking
Look
trophy.
at you. Is that a tear in your eye over there?
No, it's I didn't really expect it to be to have the trophy. I really did. I mean, I forgot the event was even today when I walked in the door. I was thinking, how many?
That's not like you to not know what's going to be happening on the show
You're
that
right.
day.
Yeah, that's it. Usually, I'm so well prepared. You know, we don't wing it very often. I have 2 other trophies. That when I coached Little League. For my nephew's team, and we won a division championship, and then I think a playoff. So I have those 2. Then I have that's on mantle. Speaking of mantles, up above the fireplace, there's a little shelf. Another one of them.
Yeah.
Thank you. And there are those 2 trophies. They are on either side of the replica of the Commissioner's Cup for the Mid-America Football League, which I was the commissioner, as I've recanted before. Terry Sullivan was the president of the league, and he was smart. He thought, who could I make the commissioner that would talk about it on the air all the time? Who do you think he picked? Me. Of course, I talked about I was the commissioner of a league now. And so I have a replica of the cup, but I also mentioned that in the championship game, I left at halftime. I was supposed to award the trophy to the winning team, and I left because I just wasn't. That was it. Anyway, and then I have my most prized possession to this point, as far as winning something, was the blue ribbon. I still have it. It's the actual blue ribbon when I won the sack race, Adams School Elementary track and field day. That would have been 1970, I believe. 1970, and I won the blue ribbon. And so that's it for me. Never won a Marconi. I got a couple of City Pages awards, but they're giving those out at Home Depot, right? But I do have a couple of those, a handful of those, actually, about 6, 7 of them, which I like. I've never framed those or anything, but this is I really didn't expect to. I've told you this before. I feel like I'm the luckiest man on the face of no. I either think I play really well or really bad.
No middle ground.
There doesn't seem to be much. I mean, I know I have had middle ground ones, but I just feel like I'm like Liriano. If I got it, I'm in good shape, and so is my teammate. If I don't, get the women and children out of the first 5 rows. But yeah, that was kind of fun. I more didn't want
convincing win too.
Well, and I more than anything didn't want to let down the maestro of the mornings. As much fun as we make of the Power Trip morning, we always laugh when we say Power Trip morning show. Those 3 guys do a really good job.
They do.
I mean, they're really good at what they do.
Yes.
I mean, they're as popular as any show in the country. And they have a nice cast of characters that all pitch in, including Marnie.
Yeah.
And all the others. And Cove has been very successful. Does he have a game of some sort that he plays? And I think he's mentioned it a time or two. I think it's called the Initials game or something. He sells it. So they're very successful. And so I didn't want to let them. And I like Corey a lot, and I didn't want to let him down. I didn't want to be the guy that it's like, like how many times has he lost because he was Meat Sauce's partner, right? So I didn't want to be the meat sauce of the program password invitational tournament.
And you almost were in round 1.
And I almost was in round 1.
Yeah, you guys were on the ropes at the end there.
I mean, think about it. One word here, one word there, and we wouldn't even have been, I would have been sitting in that other chair over there. But
we should. I forgot to do this during program password. Big thanks to Zach Halverson and Nick Madden. They help with KFAN.com/watch do the stream. I know Zach today I saw was almost doing like a halftime show while it was going on. And then Nick also tracked down those trophies and put in the effort to get to the trophies. So and he also helps with the stream. So big thanks to those two.
Well, and you know what? I feel like I know this doesn't even sound like me. Of all the nice things I just said about Cove and about this and that and the other thing, tip of the cap to you, tend to be. And the question I wanted to ask, I know you come up with the words from the English language. I get that. But how do you go about picking words for program passport? And it seemed like for the tournament, there weren't a lot of slam dunks. So do you try
the championship specifically, I tried to make them a little harder.
Yeah.
Because I always fear as being in this spot of it coming down to the wire and then having like a layup at the end and having a team win because of a layup. That's like the moment I worry about the most, especially. So I felt like today's words, even though you guys got them on 10 multiple times, which surprised me. I try to make them a little more, and it's 2 quality teams that can handle the more difficult words. But I typically just, as I'm driving around, I might just take 20 minutes of just thinking in my head. And usually I try to take a word and I give myself about 5 seconds to think about how I would play it.
Right.
And, there are some words out there that are so easy to get 10 points that we just can't do. But we are also now at around year 5 starting to get some repeat words here or there because there's only so many words you can go with.
Common, you should get a tattoo of your 3 championship trophies. And he says,
you could get it at the Tat Show this weekend.
And then he says, make sure to leave space for your Marconi award. Yeah, okay. Then he throws the cheap shot in at the end. I think that space would be vacant for a long time. This one says the program password final was like the 2018 NFC Championship game. And they'll be in Marnie's first 9-pointer was like the Case Keenum and a Kyle Rudolph first quarter 25-yard touchdown pass.
Well, for most of that game, they were only down touchdown, 2-point conversion, onside kick, touchdown, 2-point conversion.
This one says, hold on. Common, maybe you should go on 4 hours sleep more often. Maybe that was it. I was only going on 4 hours. Well, but that was my choice. It was either go to the concert, get home, go to bed at just before midnight, and then sleep until 7 or 8, or get up and play golf. I'd rather sacrifice 4 hours of sleep to play golf, right?
Well, golf gets the brain going, too.
It does get the
out in the fresh air.
Yeah, well, my brain was on brain lock today. And the same thing was terrible. Did I already talk about this at the beginning of the show? Terrible all day, go to the rain. Oh, yeah, I talked about that.
Yeah.
Where you never see me. Speaking, there are other people, places, and things that you wouldn't expect to see at certain persons and places and things. I'll explain on the other side of the break. It's the Common Man program on the Fan.
The Common Man.
It's like high school without the stupid rules.
Weekdays at noon on The Fan.
Final segment of the Grum. Final segment of the week. We call this Victory Formation segment because we think we've had another winning week. Think we haven't, think we can't, think we shouldn't, think we didn't, think we wouldn't. A text message came in that said, is that Tat Festival today? Because when I Google it, it says it's in July. Well, maybe it is.
Oh.
I don't say this before every show. Maybe I should. The disclaimer, unprepared, uninformed, but I'm unapologetic about it. But I will say I'm sorry. I just thought it was. I thought the Tat Fest was this weekend. We had so many. You have Exotica, and then we heard the commercial for that. And we have Tat Fest, and we have the LPGA's KPMG PGA Championship taking place. Tennessee, could you take a quick sneak peek at the leaderboard out there at Hazelton?
I sure can.
We'll be broadcasting live. When I say we, it'll be the Common Man, Master Professional, and Minnesota Golf Hall of Famer, teaching pro Craig Warrion, and Paul Peterson, affectionately known as Ping Guy. We'll be broadcasting live, tee to green, normal time, 10 to noon, and we'll be live at Hazelton National Golf Course for that. So third round action. We'll talk a little golf, obviously, and we'll do that. So,
yeah, Aina Yoon is still your leader. She shot that 9 under 63 yesterday.
Right.
She's only played 2 holes today and is even, so she is still in your lead at 9 under. Deongjin Lee, a 3 under 69 today after shooting a 3 under 69 yesterday, so she's at 6 under.
Nice.
In second place. You have 3 tied at third at 5 under. Wei Wei Zhang, Karis Davidson, and Alim Kim are all at 5 under. Though Davidson shot a 2 over 74 today after shooting that 7 under 65 yesterday. So. And then you have 6 golfers at 4 under: Maja Stark, Jing Yan, Yino Thitkul, Ayaka Faru, Nelly Korda, and Brooke Henderson. Korda shot a 70 yesterday, 2 under. She's 2 under through 3 today.
Ooh.
So she's making a little bit of a move.
And she's the name that people I think are watching because she would win. That would be her 3rd major of the year. Isn't that the record she's shooting for? 3 majors in 1 year, or 3 consecutive majors? Because she won Chevron, and I think she won the one before that. I read it yesterday, and of course, I wasn't paying attention. I was just waiting for my turn to talk about my own golf game, but I'm pretty sure that's the history she's tracking. I only think 2 other, the Babe Zaharias and I don't recall the name of the other player that they won, I think 3 majors in a row.
Yeah, she's won the first 2 majors this year. So Chevron and U.S. Women's Open.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I mentioned earlier that I played at Prestwick at Wedgwood and Woodbury today, and I struggled mightily. And so I generally don't go to the range, but when I've lost it completely, especially after playing really well the first 3 of the 4 days this week, I just said, well, I got to go figure something out. So I go out there, I start hitting balls. And when I first arrive, I see world's greatest irons player's wife's nephew there. What are you doing here? You got a driving range? And we laugh, and he was hitting with his buddy, and they go play golf. Then all of a sudden, something in the way he swings guy comes up.
Great moniker.
Yeah. And you know why he's something in the way he swings guy? Because he plays in one of those Beatle tribute bands, and he plays George Harrison. So he plays the part of George Harrison.
He's got some talent.
Yeah. And so the song Something was written by George Harrison, probably he's had a lot of great compositions. He was a great a songwriter.
So does he sing all the George Harrison songs then?
I'm assuming he does. I've not seen. I've been invited to see him, and I haven't had the opportunity to. But I'm going to go to.
What are George's best songs? I know "I Me Mine's" his, right?
Yeah, something in the way she moves.
Yeah,
and so he's something in the way he swings. So he's something in the way he swings. Guy. Frank Sinatra said it's the greatest love song ever Rat wrote, is what he said. But then he did, he came out, his first solo album after the breakup was a 3-album set, All Things Must Pass, and there's great songs. He's done a lot of greats. Well, My Sweet Lord was one of his biggest hits, but he got sued for that, and he had to pay because My Sweet Lord, and the Chiffons did a song called He's So Fine, and they ruled that, that melody, you stole that. So anyway. But they were both stunned, something the swing guy looked at me and said, something new, huh? What's this all about? Because everybody knows I don't go to a driving range, which led me to start thinking seeing Common at a driving range would be like seeing Rosen at a Perkins, right? It's just not going to happen.
No.
Seeing Common at the driving range is like seeing Kyle Murphy studying his playbook. Seeing Common at a driving range is like seeing meat sauce at a Mensa meeting. Seeing Common at a driving range is like seeing Teneby at a Gedney pickle plant. Seeing Common at a driving range is like seeing Maury Amsterdam guy at an Ilhan Omar campaign fundraiser. Seeing Common on the driving range is like seeing Larry Mandela guy at a father-son baseball game. He has 6 daughters. You want 6 daughters? He's got 6 daughters. So yeah, those would be it. I'd mentioned earlier at the very beginning of the show, as a matter of fact, I said, I wanted to take time because I do this periodically, where I like to thank my brethren. Though I'm really not. I think anybody that listens, I guess technically I'm part of the media. Tend to be, so are you. I think you're more of a media member because you do report on sports. You're a wild guy, and we talk about it, but it's not like I don't go beat
We're
writing.
Not sourcing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Breaking news.
Right. So I think we're both kind of in that same boat where we just kind of, I guess we got to talk sports for a while. Better dig around and find something to talk about. And so I always, so much of the material that I mine, I get from Fish Wrap Factory East, Fish Wrap Factory West, Athletic, Associated Press, CBS Sports, ESPN. The list goes on and on and on. And Michael Rand wrote today, negative national reaction to Wolves trade shows how risky it is. And I mentioned this earlier that I was wondering locally, all of the basketball community, media members, almost all of them to a person endorse the trade. They like it. And maybe they really do. I think in some cases you like it because
you want to like it?
You want to like it. You want, because even as a media member, I think after a while, back in the olden days, Timmy, I talk about this, you were never supposed to be a fan of the teams. You just weren't. You weren't supposed to commiserate with ownership. Front office, Sid broke all those rules, but you weren't supposed to do that because it was more, because then you would lose some of your credibility. And I still believe that can be true. I do believe there are media members who pal around. The example I use is the Ron Gardenhire Joy Buzzer beer can. He invites you into the office for off-the-record private. After the game is over, he's done the media stuff. Hey, Tana, come on into the office, have a beer with me. You're going, whoa, the manager's asking me in. It's kind of cool. Then he offers you a beer, slides it over there. You wouldn't grab a beer. Let's say you did.
Root beer.
Yeah, and there's a Joy Buzzer on it. It shocks your hand, and everybody, you grab it and you go, ah! And everybody laughs and go, that's as funny as the Power Trip Morning Show. And then you're in. You're in the cabal.
Yeah.
You're with the guys, right? And so then it's harder when you're friends with somebody to write negatively about the club.
It'd be like if you were an NFL writer and you had an affair with one of the coaches.
Yeah, that's exactly. Alleged affair with one of the coaches, or is it not alleged anymore?
Well.
Anyway. So nationally, sometimes people are more removed from it, but a lot of the locals like it. And nationally, so I didn't want to do the research for it. Why? Lazy. I'll admit it. I'm not interested enough to say I'm going to start digging around some national websites and find stuff. So I just waited for somebody else to do it, and lo and behold, Rand Ball did it. How about this? The Athletics' Zach Harper. He said, my first reaction to this was someone check to see if David Kahn is wearing a Tim Connolly mask.
Wow.
That's a good line. That's a really good line. That's what he wrote in giving the Wolves a D-plus grade for their end of the deals. Yahoo gave the Wolves a C grade, though it was noted that more moves could be coming. Even the more nuanced national responses to the Reed for Ball trade reflected how the deal has a lot of baked-in volatility and how it could turn out. Bleacher Report, in handing the Wolves a B- for Thursday's big trade, wrote Ball and Edwards, if they figure the aforementioned balance, could become the toughest backcourt in the league to defend. And there's still a decent defensive foundation in place to protect them with Gobert and McDaniels. This is a classic high-risk, high-reward move. USA Today handed out a B grade. They said, overall, it's the right move, but it may not be worth the draft haul and giving away the beloved Naz Reid. We shall see. And the one thing, it says, he also writes, the headline, Tim Connolly doesn't care. Connolly cares deeply about the Wolves and trying to win a championship, of course, but his polarizing moves over the years show that he doesn't really care what other people think. And he doesn't, right? I mean, and that's someone who is in the front office. The only person or people he should care who thinks about his moves are ownership, his bosses, right? Those are the people. But sports is your whole life. Sports, there's a balance there, though, too, Tim, because you need to please the fans, because if you can't please everyone, you've got to please yourself. So if you don't please the fans, they can turn on you, stop paying attention to you, stop buying tickets. The other thing, though, is, too, and I was talking about this with Big Ticket off air, couple of things. First of all, and I think you and I have discussed this before, and Barrero agreed, but he said, he goes, but you know what you're getting into, and I realized that, but it's like all of these people that coach, whatever level it is, from peewees and ponies and Little League and Bantams and Squirts to travel teams to high school to college to pros, you're dealing with very young people who, I look back and now my youthful indiscretions were some we don't even discuss it. They're better left, they're better kept unsaid. But I mean, think about it. If you're a general manager or a coach in the NBA or the NFL or NHL or MLB, so much of your success and failure and your job security is based on 21-year-old kids who sometimes they're a little immature. And you got to find a way to deal with that, right? But that, that going in, but that's what makes that part of the job, I think, so difficult. And that's why when you find young players that are good players, talented players, but that seem to be wise beyond their years is really a bonus. And I think that's why when we talk about those combines for the NFL, the most important thing I think is the interviews.
Yeah.
And what, can you figure out what makes those guys tick? And if they got any maturity level. Like the guy that, and I don't know him, but watching Wembanyama, the way he interacts with players on the bench, on the court, he seems like he doesn't seem like your typical 22-year-old.
Yeah.
He seems like he's really pretty mature. He's got to realize, he
got the respect from his teammates.
Yeah, and so that's so. Not only does he have the talent on the floor, but he's also. It seems like he's got something upstairs, and some of these guys don't. It's just a fact, and it's hard to figure out. But the other thing is about this, the Tim Connolly doesn't care what the other people think. He's right. Like now a lot of these are swapped picks, right? They're pick swaps. We're going to give you our 28th, we get your 33rd or something like that. So they're swap picks. Some are just gone. And we don't have a whole heck of a lot of assets. I mean, our most valuable one was a 2033 first-round pick that we ended up trading away. And by the way, I did see we are above the luxury apron again now. We are. We're not. We're back above that is what I saw. So let's say that, and then I was talking to someone else. I said, "Well, do you think it's going to work?" He goes, "Well, it all depends upon." What your definition of does it work? will this trade be deemed successful in that it worked? Is it NBA championship or bust? Right? I mean, or is it contending again? Making the playoffs the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years with this backcourt combo and whatever else they can assemble over the years and make playoff appearances, runs into the semifinals, even Western Conference Finals, get to a championship and not win it, but get there. I guess that is successful, but I guess at the end of the day, you're really judged by your ships, right? But let's say the LaMelo Ant experiment really doesn't pan out with titles, right? And LaMelo's crazy, screaming yellow bonkers, crazy, and it's just doesn't mean you have to part. And then Connolly finally gets the boot, where A-Rod Laurie go, it ain't working, we're moving on. Well, then Connolly leaves, and he's no worse for the wear. I mean, his reputation takes a bit of a hit, but he's made plenty of money. He'll probably get another job. So, in other words, it's almost like a scorched earth policy. I'm just going to keep doing whatever I have to do. The old, I mentioned this name again. You've heard me mention it many times. George Allen was the former coach back in the 70s of the LA Rams and Washington Redskins. Had a lot of successful teams. He never won a world championship, but he was the future as now. He got veteran players. He didn't worry about draft picks. He didn't worry about this. He was just trying to put together the best team for that season to win it all. And so appears what Connolly does everywhere he goes. Like here, it's like, get Gobert, make him run to the Western Conference Finals. That didn't work. Let's trade Big Meow. We got it for financial reasons, and plus, let's get Randall in and get DiVincenzo. That didn't work. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, well, now we're going to trade one of the guys we got, Randall, and trade him. He's gone. Then we're going to get we're going to trade Naz Reid, and we're going to get LaMelo Ball. So he like Guerin, what they do is they swing big. They're trying to hit the mother lode, and I don't mind that. I don't. Though what they will leave in its wake if it doesn't work, it could just be a mess. You could go, wow, now what do we do? Most of our picks are gone. The players we have left are overpaid. Guys are disgruntled. Ant wants to leave. He leaves. Ball leaves. And now what do we have? And then you could be back in a situation where you were for all those years when we were the one and dones. We were about to change our mascot from the Wolves to the one and dones.
By the way, I just saw I was just reading on The Athletic.
Yeah.
The Wolves right now have just $14.6 million in wiggle room below the projected second apron line for the remaining 5 roster spots that must, by rule, be filled. So they are below the second apron line right now, but they have 5 roster spots to fill and only $14.6 million.
Well, then I read something else different because I read twice now. See, that's why I don't know, but I read that they are over the apron as of the LaMelo Ball trade. But maybe I'll take your word for it that the Athletic has it right. But I would think that means they're going to get near there, are they not? Because how many more spots do they have to fill? 5?
5 spots.
Or unless you're just doing minimum wage players. I don't even know what the minimum is in the NBA anymore. So, we were talking about, the Joy Buzzer beer can. This one says, it'd be like if you were the radio voice of the Vikings, you bought a horse with the head coach of the team. That would kind of be, that would be. That's kind of what I'm talking about without saying it. That's what I'm kind of saying.
Or if you have the local NBA head coach in your basement, eat pizza.
Yes.
And watch basketball.
Yeah, and watch basketball. That's another. And it's not against the law to do that. It's not against the rules. You can do that if you want. But, and I seem to be impervious to that because, I still rip Rosen on a regular basis and I consider us friends. I don't have any problem with that. You have to separate friendship and ripship, right? There's two things. Those are two different things. And you have to find a way to separate them. So, busy weekend for you. Has you got a lot of sports related activities with the kids as always? Or?
I got nothing going on tomorrow.
Really?
So that's gonna be, my wife's out of town for the weekend. But Sunday, yes, we have a couple baseball games and a couple different hockey things. So.
Does that mean you're going to go out and hit some knockdown, punch, cut, fade draws, or do you got to watch the kids?
Well, I have to watch the kids because my wife's out of town. Unless you can hire a babysitter.
I was going to say, babysitter, hello. I'd go golfing with you. I could figure out something in the afternoon.
You're available?
Available. I can't do anything before noon. Because
I haven't swung a golf club since Hazeltine, so.
If you watched me today, you wouldn't think I'd swung a golf club ever. That's a whole other story. Well, that was fun today. Thanks, Kennedy, for putting.
Hey, great job.
Yeah, it's emotional for me too. Guardsy, look. See that trophy? And by the way, I.